Archangel Michael says, this woman has been secretly following your path. She knows something about your childhood that you forgot. Archangel Michael says, something is moving in the shadows of your timeline. A woman you once passed by quietly, who never introduced herself, has been walking beside your destiny. But now, her silence is breaking, and the truth is far more personal than you expect. You have lived many days unaware that your steps were being mirrored. She followed not to harm, but to study, to watch, to remember what you have forgotten. In the depths of her memory, she holds a version of you that no one else knows. There is a moment in your childhood, a moment buried beneath layers of confusion, fear, and time. This woman witnessed it. She carries the details in her eyes like a locked journal, waiting for the signal to open. Today, that signal is here. You may not feel it in your body, but your spirit has already sensed her nearness. Her energy is circling your name, preparing to reveal what even you have long suppressed. Type Amen to get blessing 333. She has something that once belonged to you. Something small but sacred, taken from a place where innocence and mystery collided. She never meant to keep it, but circumstances made her the guardian of your forgotten chapter. Archangel Michael says, this woman didn't appear out of nowhere, she was placed on your path the moment your story split into two. She followed the pain you couldn't express, the silence in your eyes that no one understood. She knew the difference between your fake smile and your real one. When you were crying in secret, she was nearby. Not physically, but spiritually connected in a way that defies logic. She is the witness heaven kept hidden until this moment of your awakening. She watched you break, but never collapse. She watched you carry burdens meant for people older, stronger, colder. She knows the weight you dragged across your childhood without ever screaming for help. Type Amen to get blessing 704. There is a photo she keeps close to her bed. In that photo is a location tied to your past, an abandoned home, a faded staircase, or a tree that saw too much. She goes there once a year, lighting a candle in silence, waiting for the energy to shift. She's not a stranger in spirit. She's tied to your soul contract, an echo from a former life, a witness chosen to remember when you chose to forget. Her presence has been behind the coincidences, the dreams, the delayed answers. There were 3 nights in the past year when you felt watched. You brushed it off. But it was her energy checking in, making sure you were still on the path written in your bloodline. Her silence wasn't cruelty, it was protection. If she had revealed herself earlier, it would have collapsed the timeline that's now opening for you. Timing is everything when divine secrets are involved. Type Amen to get blessing 981. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. She knows your true name. Not the one others call you, but the one your soul answers to when the wind moves a certain way. That name holds the key to your next elevation. There is a piece of jewelry involved. Not gold or silver, but something spiritual, once worn by you and forgotten in the chaos of transition. She has it, and she's ready to return it when the message is fully received. You've walked past her before. Maybe in a marketplace, a hallway, or a blurred dream. Each time, she carried a knowing look, hiding the ache of holding a secret so heavy. Archangel Michael says, her message is wrapped in truth and sorrow. She didn't come to fix your wounds, she came to expose the root of them. The root lies in a specific day of your childhood that your mind blocked but your soul still mourns. Type Amen to get blessing 552. That day involved someone you trusted. That trust was broken, but the wound didn't bleed in the open, it sank into your foundation. This woman saw it all unfold and couldn't interfere. Her connection to you isn't only emotional, it's ancestral. She shares blood with someone from your lineage, though the family may not speak her name. She was assigned by heaven to guard your unspoken truths. She knows why you flinch at certain sounds. Why certain smells make you uneasy. Why laughter sometimes feels like a warning instead of joy. She's the reason your spirit didn't fully disconnect. She poured spiritual oil over your name when you were asleep. She whispered prayers you never heard, but your path was protected because of them. Type Amen to get blessing 144. She holds a letter. It was never sent. It was written when you were 10 years old, addressed to someone you once called by name and no longer do. In that letter, she confessed what she saw. What she heard. What she couldn't stop, but promised to carry until the universe said, now. Now is here. She has tried to stay away. But the energy pulling her to you has become too loud to ignore. Your name has been vibrating in her dreams, each night louder than the last. Type Amen to get blessing 717. She will reveal herself through a sign soon. A scent you haven't smelled in years. A sound from childhood that shouldn't exist anymore, but does, just once, for your recognition. Her presence is not about fear, it's about closure. She carries the final piece to a puzzle that's haunted you from within. A puzzle you never even knew you were solving. Someone in your circle knows her but doesn't realize it. They've crossed paths unknowingly. The link is hidden in plain sight. Archangel Michael says, your healing has an address now. That address is her memory. She's the last unopened chapter of a book that once defined your pain. Type Amen to get blessing 860. Her energy is feminine, ancient, and guarded. She doesn't speak often, but when she does, souls listen. The earth has shifted for people like her before. You don't have to fear this. What she knows won't harm you, it will awaken you. It will remind you why certain parts of yourself had to be hidden all these years. She carries the sound of a lullaby once sung to you in spirit when your body was too young to remember. Her voice echoes that same tone. That's how you'll know it's her. She's not after your success. She's not jealous. She's loyal to a spiritual contract made long before either of you breathed. Type Amen to get blessing 129. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There was a mirror she saw you through, literal or not. It captured your spirit before the world told you who to be. That version of you is still alive in her heart. She once sat by your side while you were unconscious from emotional exhaustion. Her hand hovered over yours, not touching, but close enough for your soul to recognize warmth. She cried the day you forgot your own light. She screamed into the spirit realm when no one else believed your pain. Her heart broke each time you blamed yourself for things you didn't create. She carries guilt, but also grace. Her arrival is not just about you, it's about her redemption, too. The past tied you both in ways deeper than blood. Type Amen to get blessing 426. You were meant to be reunited, not as strangers, but as souls completing a long-lost mission. This mission was interrupted by betrayal, misdirection, and pain. But now it realigns. When she comes near, you'll feel it in your chest first. A pulling, a recognition, a soft ache of remembering. Then, the vision will follow. She's been called many names in her life, but to your spirit, she's always been the keeper. The one who stored what you couldn't carry as a child. Her walk is slow. Her eyes are heavy with timelines. Her words will be few, but each one will land where your wounds still whisper. Type Amen to get blessing 912. She may appear in a dream first. Not speaking, just standing, watching, with something in her hand. That object is your clue. When she speaks your real name, your soul will vibrate. It won't make sense to your mind, but your heart will collapse into recognition. Archangel Michael says, not all watchers are enemies. Some are angels in flesh, burdened with memory. She is one of them. She walked behind you so you could walk forward freely. But now the time has come for you to look back, not in regret, but in revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 300. Her truth will sting, but it will also set free. Not all wounds bleed, some whisper. And she has heard every whisper yours ever made. She is not coming to stay. She is coming to deliver. The rest is up to your spirit. When she leaves, you will be lighter. Not because you lost something, but because something lost has been returned. She is the bridge between pain and prophecy. You may cry without knowing why. That's your spirit releasing memory. And that's how healing begins. Type Amen to get blessing 882. Let the message settle. Let the energy find its place in your chest. This woman was never your enemy. She was your witness. And now, she's about to become the reason your next chapter feels whole. Your journey is about to shift in ways no one around you will understand. That's because this woman carries more than memory. She carries instructions meant only for your soul. These instructions cannot be read, spoken, or written, they must be felt. She knows which door you were afraid to open as a child. She remembers who stood behind it. And she knows why you chose to forget. Her footsteps have matched your own in spirit, even when you walked into chaos. She moved through timelines just to stay close enough to you. You were never really alone. She remembers the toy you dropped in that room. She knows who picked it up and what they did after. She's carried the guilt for what happened next, though she was only a witness. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. There's a notebook hidden in her home with your name written inside it over 100 times. She began writing it when she was only a girl. Something about your name comforted her even then. She was told by a spiritual elder that her path was connected to yours. At first, she didn't believe it. But the signs kept coming, dreams, symbols, and events that always circled back to you. You were her assignment before either of you knew what destiny was. And even when life tried to scatter you, something always pulled your stories near each other. This isn't chance. It's a divine tether. She's seen visions of your future. And in them, you're smiling in a way you haven't in years. But in each vision, you're holding something she hasn't given you yet. Type Amen to get blessing 667. She's waited a long time to return what she promised to keep safe. The object is not valuable in money, but priceless in meaning. You lost it during your first heartbreak, even if you don't remember it. She tried to place it near you years ago. But you weren't ready to receive it. Now, the portal is open, and your soul is prepared to reclaim it. Archangel Michael says, divine timing has arrived like a quiet storm. You won't see it coming, but you'll feel it in your bones. That weight you've been carrying will shift suddenly. There's a bench in your city where she once sat and prayed for you. She spoke your name with trembling lips, asking the heavens to not let you give up. That bench still echoes her voice. Type Amen to get blessing 1199. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You're not just important to her, you're sacred. You represent a contract she made in the unseen realms. And she has kept every word of that promise. She once dreamed of you standing in a field of gold light. But you were looking down, unaware of your own power. She cried for hours after that dream because she knew she couldn't wake you yet. Now, the field is forming again. But this time, your head is lifting. And the woman is walking toward you with what she's kept hidden. She doesn't want recognition. She doesn't want thanks. She only wants peace, peace for you, peace for the chapter that still aches between you both. Type Amen to get blessing 212. She may say very little when you meet. That's how you'll know it's her. Her energy will speak what her voice doesn't have to. You may suddenly remember things that never made sense before. Little flashes. Places. Moments. Things you thought were dreams. But they weren't dreams. They were echoes of what she remembers clearly. And her presence will unlock the vault your heart closed long ago. There's a reason why relationships have felt incomplete lately. You've been waiting for her energy to return. And now, it is. Type Amen to get blessing 508. The wind may feel different. The silence around you might deepen. These are not coincidences, they are signals of her nearness. She carries stories no one else can tell. Not because she's better, but because she watched what no one else could see. And now it's time for those stories to breathe. When she begins to speak, the air will still. Your body might tremble. But your soul will stand tall. Archangel Michael says, this moment will not come again. It's a divine window. What she gives you must be received with open spirit, not logic. Type Amen to get blessing 777. She is older in the spirit than her physical years. She was born remembering things others forgot. That's why she has held on to your memory like a sacred relic. She doesn't want to reopen wounds, she wants to reveal the root. She wants you to rise from the place you buried yourself emotionally. She wants your laughter to be real again. There was a time when your soul almost left your body out of exhaustion. You don't remember it, but she does. She spiritually anchored you back into your purpose that night. She watched your light dim. And she fought to keep it flickering. That's why you still wake up, even after everything. Type Amen to get blessing 432. You may feel her before you see her. A shiver, a scent, a strange calm. Your spirit knows her signature. She has never tried to interfere in your free will. But she has protected your name in rooms you'll never walk into. Her loyalty to your soul is unmatched. You once held her hand in a dream. You didn't speak, but your souls exchanged memories. That dream was not imagination. It was reconnection. She's coming with no weapon. No plan. Just a truth that will clear your name, heal your mind, and unlock the next door. Type Amen to get blessing 1023. The moment is near. You'll feel it when it's time. A chill in the air. A sudden flood of emotion. That's your confirmation. Archangel Michael says, your memory is about to be restored. Not in fragments, but in a full emotional awakening. Don't resist it. Let the tears come. Let the emotions speak. What's leaving is not sadness, it's the weight of what you've carried alone. She has carried her own weight, too. For your sake. And now she will finally set it down. Your healing will begin when your eyes meet. Not in panic. But in stillness. In deep, sacred recognition. There is a room in her home you've never seen, but it holds pieces of your energy. A candle has been burning there for years, never fully extinguished, never forgotten. That flame has your name written in it. She has journals full of dates. Most of them match your heartbreaks, your moments of breakthrough, or the times you thought nobody noticed. She noticed every single one. She marked each one with ink and prayer, with silence and surrender. She gave those days back to God. And now, God is giving them back to you, healed, rewritten, restored. She knows what your voice sounded like before the world changed it. She remembers the softness, the innocence, the light that once danced when you entered a room. She remembers because her spirit memorized it. Type Amen to get blessing 886. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is one more thing she carries that no one else can explain. A bruise on her body that appeared the day you were betrayed. She never knew why, until she learned your story. She cried for you without knowing why. The emotions showed up out of nowhere, crashing over her like a storm. Now she knows, it was your pain, reaching her spirit across time. She kept something safe that someone tried to destroy. You wouldn't even remember it if you saw it now. But when she places it in your hands, your entire soul will remember. You've been strong without knowing how much of that strength came from prayers she whispered behind closed doors. Not loud ones. Just enough to hold you. Type Amen to get blessing 337. She knows who hurt you. She knows what they said, and what they tried to break. But she also knows that they failed. Because you are still here. The fact that you're breathing now is her proof that all the spiritual warfare she fought behind the scenes wasn't in vain. You're the reason she never gave up on her gift. You were the promise she anchored herself to. And now, heaven is allowing her to step forward, not just as a witness, but as a deliverer of your hidden legacy. You thought you were done growing, but this is just the beginning. Archangel Michael says, don't push her away when she appears. Her message will shake you. But it will also save a part of you. Type Amen to get blessing 501. You felt empty at times, searching for something you couldn't name. It wasn't love. It wasn't peace. It was this truth, the one she has been holding all along. She has walked barefoot in the spirit for you. She gave up things she loved so you wouldn't collapse. Her life was reshaped by her assignment to your healing. She never told anyone. She couldn't. Because the moment someone else knew, it would have broken the timing. But now, the time is divine. She's walking toward you not with answers, but with echoes. And those echoes will lead you home. Type Amen to get blessing 299. You'll feel it when it happens, like an earthquake inside your chest, soft but unignorable. You'll hear a sound, smell something familiar, or catch a glimpse of her eyes. And it will all return. The moment you forgot who you were. She didn't. She's been carrying your identity like a sacred scroll. You may want to run. That's okay. But stay. This is not pain returning, this is truth waking up. She doesn't need you to thank her. She just needs you to remember who you are. That's all she ever wanted. Type Amen to get blessing 928. She walks with knowledge that can't be taught. She's not a preacher. She's not a prophet. She's a keeper of your timeline. In her silence are stories of your victories that haven't happened yet. She's already seen them. She's only here to unlock them. There is something written under your tongue. A truth you were born to speak. She will help you find it again. Her role is almost complete. And your real journey is about to begin. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.